Good evening. If you had an increased risk of cancer, would you want to know? A widower from Leamington Spa is urging people with a family history of the disease to look into genetic testing. Raj Singh Rainu's wife, Nim, died of a rare form of stomach cancer at the age of 34, caused by an inherited faulty gene. He thinks her death could have been prevented had she known sooner. Kevin Reid has been to meet him.
You're going to do lots of dancing today.
Raj Singh Rainu says he's now both mummy and daddy to his 3 children since his wife Nim died 5 months ago. She was being nursed for stomach cancer at their home in Leamington when she passed away late at night. He had to tell the children as they got up for school in the morning and vividly remembers middle child 5-year-old Navani's reaction.
I said, well, God said, come on, mummy, it's time to go now, but before you go, give your children a kiss, good night. How did mummy go to the sky? I said, oh, well, mummy flew to the sky. She started watching the telly and she said, can we FaceTime mummy? And I said, literally in the corner of my eye on the mantelpiece was my wife's phone. I said, you know what, Ivania, we can't, mummy's left her phone here. And that's when I hugged her and I started crying.
Unknowingly, Nim, a former solicitor and makeup artist, was carrying a hereditary defective gene, which meant she was 50% likely to develop an incurable and aggressive cancer known as malignant neoplasm of the stomach.
She was told, you've got stomach cancer, your life is cut short, no treatment is ever going to get rid of it.
Raj is now using a business networking app to raise awareness that the gene fault that causes this type of cancer can be detected, and he intends to get his children genetically screened when they reach 16.
I don't know whether they've got it or not, but it could be too late, like my wife. So she's 34 when she had it, and she was told, you're dying, you're going to die. Would I want my children going through that? Probably not. But at the same time, if they've got the cancer gene, then I need to make a decision on what to do. Worst case scenario is that they'll have to have their stomach removed.
This NHS lab in Birmingham carries out genetic testing, but staff here are keen to stress that the cancer suffered by Nim is extremely rare, and the gene that causes it is only carried by around 10 families across the whole of the West Midlands region.
We have to remember that the majority of cancers are not due to an identifiable genetic problem, and most cancers are due to a mixture of environmental, lifestyle and minor genetic causes.
Raj still holds dearly 3 letters written by his wife to their children before she died.
I read my son's letter. It's just about, how she'll always love, how she's always going to be there. Daddy will look after you. That was hard. And I just get really emotional just thinking about my son's letters, and I haven't got the strength to read the girls' letters. Yeah, it's hard, very hard.
Kevin Reid, BBC Midlands Today, Leamington.
Well, joining me now are Tahir and Omar Khan and Sophia Ahmed. They've all had genetic testing after their mother and sister died from gastric cancer. They have the CDH1 genetic mutation and took the decision to have their stomachs removed to prevent developing cancer. Good evening to all of you. Thanks very much for coming in. I know this isn't easy, so we appreciate it. Tahir, how difficult a decision was that?
To be honest, it wasn't much. It wasn't a very hard decision, considering what happened to my sister and my mum. With the statistics that we had, it was no choice at all, really.
All right. Was that the same for the two of you?
It's a very easy decision. Yeah. Obviously, watching our mum and sister suffer and then eventually die, it was a very easy decision, yeah, definitely.
I don't want to pry, but I know a lot of people would be thinking, how on earth do you manage without a stomach?
Small and often is the key, small and often. Lots of rest, which we don't get, but yeah, small and often.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I find it a lot easier than my siblings, probably because of my age, but
right.
Yeah.
And presumably you find quite a lot of strength in supporting each other?
Definitely,
yeah. So if there's anyone who is watching who has had a parent or a sister, a relative, who has died from a rare form of cancer, and this is rare, isn't it? Yeah. What would you say to them? Obviously it's got to be down to the individual, hasn't it?
Test. Prevention is the key to saving lives. if we didn't get tested and go on to have gastrectomies, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. We wouldn't be.
What about for you, for children of your own? Would you want them to be tested? Have they been tested?
My kids have already been tested. They're all over 18. Out of my 4 children, my eldest daughter was positive, so she's just started the screening process of that now. So yeah.
So is it fair to say that there wasn't a moment's hesitation in getting tested, or did you have a few doubts?
I had a lot of doubts, to be
Did
honest. But when I seen how well these coped and with the positivity that my sister and brother both gave me, it was a no-brainer.
What doubts did you have?
Just about my age and going through the symptoms afterwards, because obviously there's a lot of complications that goes with having a full gastrectomy, but my sister and brother helped me out a lot and made the decision a lot easier for me.
Okay, well, strength in family. Thank you
Definitely.
very much, all of you, for coming. We
so
really
much.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.